700 shit, whole lot of G shit. Guess what? I brought my brother in this bitch with me this time. So yeah, shit changed. Fuck the ops. They say it's smoke with the other side. We keep on swerving, but the ops ain't never outside. We keep on swerving, but the ops ain't never outside. When it's up there, it's stuck there, they ducking high. I go to war for my niggas when it's up there. Niggas claiming they gon' smoke, well it's stuck there. Gorilla fair, nigga we ain't plan fair. We take it there, pull up leaving vacant there. Hell yeah, my niggas are spinning for real. Niggas claiming they get money, ain't spending for real. But when I pull up on your bitch, you know what it is. She tell me how you move, she tell me where you live. She told me about your drug spots, I know about your kids. You better chill with all that capping before I pop a lid. Catch you in traffic, get the clapping, all in your shit. Catch you in traffic, get the clapping, all in your shit. Every time, baby, Joe, cross my mind. It's red rum, another homicide. I'm talking body after body till I'm satisfied. Since you died, we still spinning on the other side. I'm shopping, clutching on this vibe. I got mob ties. Hell mercy on my soul, it's either step or die. Can't let them step on me, I'd rather see your mama cry. And we the reason why the murder rate getting high. They say it's smoke with the other side. We keep on swerving, but the ops ain't never outside. We keep on swerving, but the ops ain't never outside. When it's up there, it's stuck there, they ducking high.
It's Terrence Gangsta William, aka OG Diggity. I'm hanging out with the big homie, Hagen TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, support the brother. We out here doing big things. It's all good, baby. Y'all see me free. We out here enjoying life. Wah! I want y'all to stop the violence, say no drugs, let's put these guns down. I'm out, baby. Gotta go.
This is a certified hood classic.
I used to be in my feelings, then I turned up and got a spot. I can't say how much I made in that bitch, I just know it was a lot. I don't care no more if she love me for real, long as she love my knot. They say, you hitting them with too much drip. I know I got a mop. I put my flow in the microwave, I know I gotta blow, now it's hot. I was way too far ahead of my time, I had to slow down and stop. Before I pull up to the honeycomb, I got to go round the block. Looking in blind spots for any nigga think he on the low trying to plot. Go ahead.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Hanky TV, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's my boy. He put dope content over there.
What's up with this? Your boy JT. If I say I done it, I did it. I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I got a dope show for you. I got some about to definitely drop some knowledge on you. We're gonna be talking about traumatic brain injury. I got my guy, Playboy Jay. He's throwing a dope event coming up this week. So a part of talking about the event, he's gonna kind of explain some things to us about traumatic brain injury. So if you can, man, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, what's going on, world? My name is James Florence, aka Playboy J. Speaking on traumatic brain injury.
So first, man, let's talk about I think it's dope what you're doing. Before we get in there, let's talk about the event you having this week.
Well, it's going to be the first annual traumatic brain injury all-white sneaker ball. Try and bring attention, just try and find a different way to bring attention to traumatic brain injury. Just try and find different ways, man. You know, traumatic brain injury is real out here. People don't recognize what's going on, so I'm trying to bring attention to it. It's the only way I know how to do it. You know, we're overlooked. They don't look at us like nothing's wrong with us because they can't see it. Traumatic brain injury is probably the only injury that's not detected by the naked eye because you can't see it, it's in your brain. So I know it's hard to believe what's going on, but traumatic brain injury is real.
And then for the people,
go ahead.
Then for the people who really don't know, man, what is traumatic brain injury?
Traumatic brain injury is, you know, something that deals with the mind, with your brain. Most traumatic brain injuries come from auto accidents or gun violence. Them are the two lead causes of TBI or falls.
So how did you get
Yeah,
it?
just being as a kid, I got hit in my head. I got hit in my head, as a kid, doing wrong things in life, and caused me my traumatic brain injury. I got hit in the back of the head with a hammer 8 times. So, it was a violent blow to the back of the head, 8 times with the claw of a hammer. So that's how I got my traumatic brain injury. It's different ways to catch traumatic brain injury, though. It's different ways. Like I said, auto accidents is number one. Gun
No.
violence and falls, neck and neck for number two.
So when you got your traumatic brain injury, um, how long was you in the hospital?
I was in a coma for like 28 days. Then I went to the nursing home. I was there for about 3 months. And, I made an escape out the nursing home. I made them send me home. So my mother brought me home and go from there. My mother was my therapist.
So you had to go through therapy. So what? I mean, tell us about like your journey with it. Like you couldn't walk, you couldn't talk, you couldn't use your arms. So what had
Yeah,
happened?
here's my journey. When I first got into the accident, they decided to pull a plug on me. So when they pulled the plug, I took a breath. Once I took the breath, they plugged it back up. I stayed in a coma, for 28 days. Once I woke up, they took me to the nursing home. They told me I'd never walk again. They told me I'd never walk again. I'd never be able to use my arms. Basically, I was paralyzed. I just didn't take that. I didn't take it too well. I didn't take it laying down. I couldn't believe it. To tell you the truth, I couldn't believe it. They told me I'd never walk again. Man, it got to happen to you to understand where I'm coming from. For somebody to tell you you never walk, talk again, nothing. I just sat there. I guess you could say I sat there crying inside my body, not believing what's going on. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, but it was real. Traumatic brain injury is real.
So how was your therapy? How was your therapy? How did your therapy go?
Well, I plateaued. You see, I come from an era where it wasn't so many, uh, what it is now, technology. So I plateaued. So I went home. My mother was my therapist for real. She would take me in a wheelchair and push me to the backyard. And I would grab onto it. We had a fence in the backyard. So I would grab onto the fence and pull myself up. I'd walk all the way down, walk all the way back, hold on to the fence and sit back down. I used to do the same thing. I didn't fail so many times. I mean, I tell folks, you wouldn't believe how many times I didn't fail and bust my head trying to walk. I mean, I guess it worked though. I'm walking. But yeah, it was a struggle. I ain't gonna lie, it was a real struggle. Not knowing if you're gonna ever walk again, that's a hurtful feeling, man. It's a real hurtful feeling. Not knowing what's going on. Cause you imagine your life being one way one day, then the next day is totally different. Totally different. But one good thing happened out of this, if you don't mind me saying. My mother was on drugs when I was growing up. So, I used to ask when my mother would get clean all the time. I used to pray for her to get clean. So when my accident happened, my mother was, skinny. She was on drugs, on crack. She was skinny. When I woke up out of my coma, she was bigger than a butterball. My accident saved her life. She ain't used drugs ever since that day. So, I'm not mad about what happened because I do feel like what happened to me happened for a reason. It saved my mother's life. If that's what it took, that's what it took. He he took my life, gave her life, then gave my life right back. Like I said, she ain't used drugs ever since.
So
That was
so
the
some of the
blessing
things
of all this.
so some of the things you went through your therapy and learned, you've been taking and helping other people with traumatic brain injury as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been helping folks since for about 3 years now, man. I met so many folks all around the world dealing with traumatic brain injury. Well, I call them my family now. I mean, I can call them when I want to. They call me, talk to me. Getting to see, being able to see other folks dealing with traumatic brain injury really changed my point of view of life. I know I'm blessed because I've seen what traumatic brain injury could do. And I look at myself every day, and I know I'm blessed. I know I'm blessed because I know where I
Right.
could be. So I try to reach out to other folks dealing with traumatic brain injury because I know it's tough, especially on the suicide. Just on the suicide alone, somebody with somebody dealing with traumatic brain injury is 3 times more likely to commit suicide. I mean, it's a lonely place.
I could imagine.
Yeah,
So before
it's a
you had your
lonely place.
accident, so before you had your accident, you had your own clothing line. So you also done started that back up. Tell us about the clothing line.
I started my clothing line when I was 14. Well, no, I started making clothes when I was 14. I had my first clothing line when I was about 15, about 16. I say 16. JD's Tees. I used to go to Dunbar where I went to school at. I used to sell my clothes at school. I used to look at whatever was hot on TV, like Color Me Bad. I Want to Sex You Up. There was number one. There was a hit. I put it on a T-shirt that next day. And I got expelled from school for that. Selling T-shirts in school. That was my hustle.
So you're still doing that now, right? So tell the people about the brand. What all do you offer?
What made me start the clothing line back up? Tell you the truth, I started with the clothing line, JD's Tees, and I was getting older and I needed some money, so I broke out trying to sell drugs. And after this accident happened, I couldn't sell drugs no more. I wasn't gonna sell drugs. So I went back to something I knew. And that was to make clothes. And that was my therapy for my depression. That kept me that saved my life. True story. The clothing line saved my life.
So what all do you got?
As far as on the clothing line, you gotta stay down to come up. I got a little bit of everything. Got jogging suits, t-shirts, jackets, had winter hats. Uh, I do a little bit of everything, man. I do a little bit of everything.
And if people want
I'm
to
just basically okay.
get some from you, how can they get in contact with you?
You can go on my line. You can go on my Facebook page, James Florence. Inbox me. My information is on there. I'm on TikTok, Samaj Flow. A little bit of everything, man. The best thing to do is hit me up on Facebook, James Florence. That's
Right.
JamesFlorence.
So
Just
you
hit me
said you
up,
got
man. Inbox.
so you said how you got traumatic brain injury, you got hit in the head with a hammer. So have you seen the person since?
I ain't seen him in a while, but I got a chance to forgive him. I got a chance to forgive him. That's the last time I seen him, about 2016. That's when I got a chance to forgive him, sit down and just forgave him. Because it was, like I said, traumatic brain injury is a deep and lonely place. And I can move in my life till I learned how to forget that man. Because it was bad for me. It was bad, man. On the mental illness side, everything, man. I knew something was wrong. Something wasn't right, man. So I had to break down, learn how to forget this man. That's the only way I was gonna live my life right. As far as because you're stuck in somewhere you can't get out of. That hate, I had so much hate for him. I had true hate. No, I really don't hate nobody, but I hated him. He took what I had.
So how is it having traumatic brain injury and running a business?
It's truthfully, it's kind of hard. It's hard, man. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. Trying to having traumatic brain injury, trying to be a businessman it's a hard thing because everybody want to run game on you. They feel like they slicker than you. Most people think I'm drunk, and you don't want to start off the conversation. I got traumatic brain injury, blah blah blah. They don't even know what traumatic brain injury is. They think it's a sports type thing. Man, that's low on the totem pole. That's like bottom line as far as dealing with traumatic brain injury. That's not the real traumatic. Not saying it's not real, but it's traumatic brain injuries way worse than that. Way worse that they don't acknowledge. The first time they even spoke of traumatic brain injuries was sports. That's all they know is sports. They really, man, there's so many. Let me say this: 1.7 million people die. No, 1.7 million people get traumatic brain injury a year. 69,000 die out that 1.7 million. And suicide is 3 times more likely with somebody with traumatic brain injury. Like I said, it's a whole nother world, man, that people don't understand. They will never understand.
Right.
That's why I reach out to them. That's why I reach out to my family a lot dealing with traumatic brain injury because I know how it is. I've been there, done that. I've been there, done it. I thought about killing myself. I've done all that.
So what's some
But I
advice
just
you would give
was,
a so what's some
huh?
advice what's some advice you would give a person with traumatic brain injury or that's deep in depression?
It gets better, man. It gets better. I promise you. It gets better. Just find you something, man. Family support is a big thing, man. Family support is a big thing. Having your family around and anybody going through traumatic brain injury, man, I just want you to know it gets better. And if you ever want to just talk, you can inbox me, man. I'm not, we'll talk. That's my word, man. We can talk. Because I know how it is. I really do know how it is. It's a lonely place. It's a place no man want to be. I know how strong I am as a person and to know there's nothing I could do to stop this. There's nothing my mother could have done to help me. It's just a depressing place. Depressing.
So
And so
explain the event to us that you have. You have comedians and everything there. So what is like the
first of all, I'm throwing this event to bring attention to traumatic brain injury. That's all I know, the best way I know how. But we got, on the comedian side, I got Bob Johnson. I got Coco. I got who else we got? We got Mary Kate. Y'all don't want to miss her. And then we got the headliner. We got Dave Smith, aka Danger, funny cat. Then we got the host. We got T Huzzy, DJ. We got DJ Jack. We got wine tasting. Way to do that. We got wine tasting. Come out, local wine. We got Lion Brewery in Ohio and Dayton. JW's wine cellar. He'll be there. Don't let you taste his wine. Channel 2 will be there. Few people will be coming through. We got somebody blessing the stage before the night's over. It's gonna be nice, man. Just trying to bring attention to traumatic brain injury, something that's never been talked about in my inner city. Where I'm from, I never heard them speak of traumatic brain injury. So I'm really trying to bring attention to it because I had a friend, what really got me on, I had a friend on one of my pages. He committed suicide dealing with traumatic brain injury. You know, it was because I talked to him, but when I talked to him, I never knew he was going through what he went through. Then after, you know, I found out he passed, I felt bad, like, man, I probably could have stopped that. But, you know, God, you know, it is what it is. God had his way. You know, I hate that he went through it. I really do. I'm just trying to stop somebody else from doing it.
Right.
Because
You said you had the
brain injury is real, man.
You said you had the opportunity to sit down with the person that hit you with the hammer. How did you come to forgive that person, man?
Man, because I was in a prison in my mind, man. It was so much hate, man. I used to think every day how I'm gonna get him, what I'm gonna do. I realized something wrong, man. I'm spending too much negative energy thinking about this cat. And I got a business I'm trying to run, and I couldn't do both of them at once. Either I'm gonna hate this man or I'm gonna succeed on making my business work. And I chose to forgive him. And it was the best thing I've done. A lot of folks say they couldn't have done it, that was dumb. You can never say I was dumb. You can never say I wouldn't have done that because you've never been in my situation. You never had that much hate in your life. So for somebody to say I wouldn't have done it, you don't know that. I've done that for me, not for him. I done that for me, save me. Because I was destroying myself.
Right.
And I just had to do it. I mean, it might not have been the hip thing to do, the street thing to do, but it was the thing I chose to do. That's all I can say about that. I mean, I ain't spoke to him again, but I got it off my chest.
Right. So
I
tell the
don't think
people.
about it no more. I just don't think about it no more.
So tell
Even
the
if I
people.
see him now, I'm not gonna
Right.
be mad. I may hit him with the nod and keep walking, but I'm not going. Nah, that's too much energy right there. It's too much.
So tell people
Yes.
the date of the event and where it's gonna be held at.
Oh yeah, the event's gonna be June 25th at on our wall. Am I saying that street right?
Yeah, that's it. And for the people who don't know,
Our
that's
wall.
gonna be
I'm not for sure the address. It's right off Cincinnati Street. You inbox me, man. I can see the address, the whole, all the information. But yeah, it's going down from 1 to 5. Comedians gonna start hitting the stage around 3. You know, we got the DJs. He gonna keep it live the whole 5 hours, man. It's going down. Trust me. Trust me. If you ever party with your boy, man, it goes down. It's
and
going
for the
down.
people who don't know, that's in Dayton, Ohio. So have you
Yes,
thought
they know
about
how.
taking it outside of Dayton?
My next thing, I'm trying to bring it to Columbus. I'm trying to get it all over Ohio, man. This is just the start. No, this is the start. Trust me, this is the start. It's gonna get bigger and better. I've been dealing with trying to move, man. I'm at my new house now, and you know what we went through to make this interview happen. I've been ripping and running all day, so I'm kind of tired. I'm still trying to pack. You see, got clothes. I still got stuff out. Got clothes everywhere, man. Got my outfits. Yeah, I need to unpack. I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Right.
I had
But
to get up
we
out. I
gonna
had to
take
get
this
up out of
thing
where I
bigger.
was. It's driving me crazy.
We're gonna take this thing bigger. We ain't gonna say take it all over Ohio. We're gonna say take it all over the United States. So once again,
Yeah,
before we
the
go,
world.
man, tell the people where they can get in contact with you and tell them your social medias.
I'm on TikTok, Samaj Flow, Facebook, James Florence, uh, Instagram, James Florence. I'm on them websites right now. Like I said, inbox me on any of them, and I'll get back at you. I'll
Right.
get back at you. If anybody out there dealing with traumatic brain injury, going through something, want to talk, my ears is open. Hopefully we can help each other. I'm trying to get the support group started. We ain't got no real support group in Ohio. I mean, we got support groups I'm talking about a support group that's down to earth. Totally different from what you're used to. So I'm trying something different, man. I ain't gonna say I'm trying to change the world, man, but I'm gonna try to put my print in it. I will put a print in this world. Hopefully, y'all join me June 25th to make a change, man. That's all I ask. Help me make a change, bring attention to traumatic brain injury. Something that's very seldom spoke of in the inner city.
And to
we're out
the
there.
clothing line.
Say it again?
I said, and bring awareness to the clothing line.
Oh yeah, the clothing line, you gotta stay down and come up. It's not a brand, it's a lifestyle. This is what I live for. This is who I am. The clothing line is me. Gotta stay down and come up. That's all I know, man. I'm not giving up. That's not going down. Either I'm going to succeed or nothing. I want it all. I'm going to bring attention to traumatic brain injury, And I do that. And another thing, I got the clothing line just to let anybody dealing with traumatic brain injury know it don't stop right there, man. Do what you, live your life. If you had something you want to do before your accident, man, do it. All it's going to do is help you. It's going to take your mind off the negativity. That clothing line saved my life. They wonder how you do this so long. Because that saved my life. This is what makes me. It keeps me happy, keeps me active, keep me from staying in the house, staying in the bed. That clothing line actually saved my life. Because if it wasn't for that, man, I don't know where I'd be at.
That's definitely what's up, man. I'm going to congratulate you on your new place, man. Congratulate you on the business. I'm definitely going to keep sharing it. I'm going to put the links to all your social medias in the description of this video, man. And I appreciate you for coming through, man.
And I thank you, man. I just want to tell you, man, I appreciate you for giving me this opportunity, man, to even bring awareness to traumatic brain injury.
You already know.
Hopefully I can see you at that event.
I'm gonna try to get through there.
I know you were saying you might have to work that day, so that's understandable, man. That's understandable. I know if it wasn't for that, you'll be there.
You already know.
Appreciate it. It's my mother's birthday, man. June 25th. So that's going to be a special day for me.
Most
getting
definitely.
A chance to see my mother, see me walk into my purpose. That means a lot. That means a lot to me.
That's definitely what's
Just
up.
to let her see.
We're going to send a happy birthday out to Miss Charlene.
Yeah, no doubt, man. She hanging in there right now. She's dealing with 4th stage cancer, but she's a soldier, man. It's crazy how she took care of me. Now I got to take care of her. But it's an honor to do that. I do it with a badge, man, but an honor. Because I know what she done for me. Man, she wiped my butt, man. That's real talk. Ain't nobody gonna do that for you. So I know that's unconditional love right there. So I got no choice but to give it back to her.
Most definitely. Well, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you for coming through, man. I'm gonna keep sharing the brand and make sure I share the event.
Man, I appreciate it. Like I said, DYT stand up, man. It's going down June 25th. Get at your boy, man. I love y'all.
All right. Thanks, man.
No doubt.
All right. That was my guy, James Florence, right there, man. I'm going to have the links to all the social medias in the description of this video. Just make sure you slide through and check him out, man. He got some dope gear, man. He got a dope cause he's standing up for, traumatic brain injury. And I think that's important right now, you know what I'm saying, with a lot of stuff about mental illness started to come to the forefront, and people started to realize they're dealing with depression and different mental issues and stuff like that. So make sure you slide through the descriptions, man. Hit the link and check him out. And if you're in the Dayton area, Ohio area, period, man, slide through his event, man. And hopefully one day, man, this thing be worldwide. This is JT from Hankin TV, man. I'm out.